Okay, we have 4 goals this week as well, as we did last week. It is a short week because technically we don't have school on Monday and Tuesday because of elections. But I will go ahead, as you have noticed, I went ahead and dropped the assignment on Monday just in case you want to go ahead and get it over with. So technically this is only a 3-day week. You don't have to really start it until Wednesday, but again, everything's due by Sunday. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because I don't want y'all having double the work next week. Okay, so our first goal is to be able to define some more geometric vocabulary terms on angle relationships. We're also going to be able to identify angle relationships, be able to use angle relationships to find angle measures, and to be able to use angle relationships to set up and solve algebraic equations. So goal 1, let's talk about our vocabulary. So our angle relationships are talking about whenever you have 2 angles. So all of these relationships are dealing with 2 angles, okay? And how they relate to each other. So our first relationship we're going to talk about is complementary angles. This is whenever 2 angles add to equal 90 degrees. Okay? When 2 angles add to equal 90, they're considered complementary. Supplementary is whenever 2 angles add to equal 180 degrees. Okay? So, complementary is when they equal 90, supplementary is when they equal 180. All right, next we have adjacent. Adjacent is when they share a side. When they're right next to each other and they share a side and do nothing else. The only thing they have going on is they share a side. And the reason why I'm saying that is because complementary and supplementary can also be adjacent, but they're special because of the 90 and the 180. Vertical, this is whenever they are, they share a point, but no sides. Other things you can think of for vertical is they're going to be across from each other. And what I like to tell my kids is to always look for a bow tie. It's one of my little tricks is the bow tie. All right, and I do believe we have one more vocab word, the linear pair. Keywords here are line and pair. All right, so this is whenever 2 angles create a line. Okay? All right, so those are your vocab words. Make sure you're studying them because remember they will show up on your exams. I will create a Quizlet to help y'all study for your vocab, by the way. All right, identifying angle relationships. There are 3 questions to ask yourself. The first question, is there a box? All right, if it's a box, it's going to be complementary. Okay, complementary. If there's a box, they're complementary. Is there a line? Okay, if it's a line, I know some of you are like supplementary because the line is 180. That is very true, but supplementary deals with the addition of angles. Whenever there's a line, it's considered a linear pair. All right, and the last question you want to ask yourself is a bow tie. And if it's a bow tie, it is vertical. Now, if it's none of those, then it is considered adjacent, okay? So if it's none, it is adjacent. At least it will be for this section of your homework. So let's go ahead and practice that. So if we look at this first one here, we're going to ask ourselves, box, line, or bow tie? And the first thing I notice, we've got a box. If there's a box, then our answer is complementary. And yes, you may abbreviate. And what you're looking at is what these 2 angles, A and B, what they create. They're creating a box, so they're complementary. Okay, let's look at this one. Here's angle A, and here's angle B. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and connect them like so, and I notice it creates a bow tie. Remember, if it creates a bow tie, then it is vertical. So box, line, and bow tie. Let's keep going. So here's angle A, and here's angle B. Here's the shape that they're creating. Is it a box? No. Is it a line? No. Is it a bow tie? No. Remember, when it's none of the above, it is adjacent. So you want to ask yourself, box, line, or bow tie? So let's look at this next one here. We have A and B. Here's the shape that they create. Box, line, or bow tie? It is creating a line. So our answer is linear pair. Okay, box, line, or bow tie. And if it's none of the above, it's adjacent. All right, let's talk about goal number 3. And this is using our box, lines, and bow ties to find missing angle measures. So here's what you need to remember. If there's a box, it equals 90. If it's a line, it equals 180. And if it's a bow tie, it is just equal. So let's do some examples. So this first one here, here's B, what we want to know. And we know this is 47. And I notice that they are creating a box. Remember, if there's a box, it's 90. So we can say B plus 47 equals 90. And then how do we solve for B? Well, we simply subtract 47. And we find that B is equal to 43. So that's how you do problems like these with the box. Let's look at this next one. Here's angle B that we want to know. Here's the angle we do know. So we need to know, are we creating a box, line, or bow tie? It is a bow tie. Okay, they are vertical, which means they're equal. That means B just simply equals 79. Right here. Here's B, and here's 66 that we know. So we want to see what shape are we creating, a box, line, or bow tie. We're creating a line, and we know a line equals 180, so we'd say B plus 66 equals 180. Again, to solve for B, we're going to subtract 66. And we get that B equals 114. Okay, so remember, box, 90, line, 180, bow tie is equal. We're going to use the same rules for goal number 4, using algebra with our angle relationships. So we want to solve for x. So here's the angle we know, as 4x plus 2. Here's the other angle we know, as 30. So are we a box, line, or bow tie? We're a bow tie. Remember, bow ties are equal. So we would say 4x plus 2 equals 30. All right, let's do some constants and variables. So we have 4x over here, and we have 30 minus 2. So 4x and 28. So x equals just want to make sure. I was like, it's 7, right? I'm losing my mind. Ta-da! Remember, if it's a bow tie, it's equal. All right, let's look at this next one. So we have 3x plus 2, and we have 22. We're creating a box, line, or bow tie. We're creating a box. And how much is a box? It's 90. So we're going to take what we know. 3x plus 2 plus 22 equals 90. All right, let's do our constants and our variables. So the only variable we have is 3x. Over here on our constants, we have 90 minus 2 minus 22. So 90 minus 2 minus 22 gives us 66. Now divide by 3. We get x equals 22. And your last example for this week, we have x plus 35 and 2x plus 1. Here's the shape that they are creating. So is it a box, line, or bow tie? It is a line, and a line equals 180. So we can say x plus 35 plus 2x plus 1 equals 180. All right, let's do our variables and our constants. So our variables are all on this side. We have x plus 2x. Our constants, we have 180 minus 35 minus 1. So this gives us with 3x equals, so 180 minus 35 minus 1, 144. Then we're going to divide by 3. And we get our final answer as x equals 48. All right, just like last week, the examples I've done for you are in your homework. So make sure you have your notes. Do not forget to take a picture of your notes and submit them on Google Classroom for a grade. Thank you for your time. Do not forget about completing assignment 2. See you later.